This is objective 1B, and we're going to be rounding decimal numbers. Here we've got actually this is a whole number, but we're still going to be able to round it using the rules of rounding. The first rule of rounding is that you circle or box the number of the place that you're going to round to. It says use the underlined place. You look at the number after it, which is a number 1. Anything that's smaller than 5, we leave the number alone. So we leave the 9. We write everything in front of it the same, and we write everything after it as zeros. Oops, don't use commas, it says. Well, it says use commas. So we would write 89,900,000. Usually we don't use commas, but in this case we do. Next one. Now it says it doesn't tell us which place to round to. It says round to the nearest 100,000. So that's this place right here. We look at the number after it. It's a 1, so we write the number and everything in front of it the same, write everything after it as zeros, and it says use commas, so it'd be 36,800,000. Next one. Round this one to the nearest 10,000. Okay, we have to look at the 10,000s place. That's this place right here. All right. We look at the number after it, it's bigger than 5. So that means we have to change the number in the circle to a 4, 1 bigger, write everything in front of it the same, write everything after it as zeros. So it's 43,240,000. Next one. Underline place value here is the 10,000s place. Circle it, look at the number after it. It's not bigger than 5. So we leave it alone, write everything in front of it the same, write everything after it as zeros, so we get 6,710,000. Next one. Round to the nearest place here, box or circle the digit, look at the number after it. It's bigger than 5, so we change the 3 to a 4, write everything in front of it the same, write everything after it as zeros. Next one. Excuse me. Allergies, what can you do? All right. Underline place here is the thousands place. Circle the digit that we're going to round. Look at the number after it. It's bigger than 5, so we change this one to 1 bigger. Write everything in front of it the same, everything after it as zeros. Next one. Round to the nearest 1,000, that's this place right here. Circle it. Look at the number after it. It's not bigger than 5, so leave the number in the box the same. Write everything after it as zeros, everything in front of it as that number. So it's 773,000. Next one. Box the place that we want to round. Look at the number after it. It's bigger than 5. So change the number in the box to 1 bigger. Write everything after it as zeros, everything in front of it as itself. And so we have 40,490,000 is our number. Next one. Round this one to the nearest tens, it says. Okay, so the tens place is right here. Look at the number after it. So we leave the 2 alone, write everything in front of it the same, so we have 9,320. Next one. This one has a decimal point in it, which changes it a little bit, not too much, just a little bit. So to the underlined place, we circle that, look at the number after it, write the number the same since it's not bigger than 5, write everything in front of it the same, and you leave blank, if it's after the decimal point, leave them blank, all the rest of the digits. So we would just write 49 7/10, or 49.7. Next one. round to the nearest tenth. Here is the tenths place. Look at the number after it. It's bigger than 5, so we change the number in the circle, write everything in front of it the same, and leave the rest after it alone, so it'd be 14.9. Round to the nearest thousandth in this case. Look at the number after it, write everything in front of it the same, and leave the number that's in the circle what it was, and it's 23 and 479 thousandths. Round to the nearest thousandth. Oh, it even told us which one is the thousandths place. So we write that, everything after it would be left alone. The number after the 2 is a 4, write everything in front of it the same. 54.452. Next one. Round to the underlined place. The underlined place is in the tenths place. Look at the number after it. We don't have to change it, so we write everything in front of it the same, and our answer is 2,515.8. All right, next one. This one we're supposed to round to the nearest tenth, so we have to know which one is the tenths place. In this case, the tenths place. Notice the difference between tens and tenths. Look at the number after it. It's bigger than 5, so we change the number inside the box to a 5, write everything in front of it the same, 9,515.5. Next one. Round this number to the nearest thousand. Okay, the 1,000 is right there, so circle that. Look at the number after it. It's bigger than 5, so we change the number inside the box. There is nothing in front of it, but we have to write everything after it as zeros until we get to the decimal point. So we would just say 7,000. Next one, round to the nearest underlined place value. In this case, the hundredths place is circled, so we look at the number after it. It's not bigger than 5, and so we would just write 98,000. This is the learning objective 1.1.B, rounding decimal numbers.